Ever wondered why some people exude class effortlessly while others don't? You might be unknowingly sabotaging your image with habits that scream cheap. By the end of this video, you'll know how to avoid these pitfalls and elevate your personal brand. Ready to unlock the secrets of looking polished without breaking the bank? Let's dive in. Ladies, let's talk about fashion faux pas that can instantly cheapen your look. You know that feeling when you spot someone from across the room and you can just tell their entire outfit is screaming, trying too hard? Well, we're here to make sure that's never you. Now, I get it. We all want to look like $1,000,000, but here's the thing. Wearing overly flashy or fake designer items is like putting a giant neon sign over your head that says, "I'm trying to look expensive." And let me tell you, it has the opposite effect. Picture this. You're at a coffee shop, and you spot a woman with a bag covered in logos so big you can read them from Mars. Or maybe you've seen someone wearing a designer watch that's ticking louder than their conversation. Here's the deal. True elegance whispers. It doesn't shout. Instead of reaching for that knockoff designer bag or that shirt with the oversized logo, why not invest in quality, timeless pieces that exude sophistication? Sometimes the most expensive looking outfits are the simplest ones. A well-fitted white t-shirt paired with classic jeans and subtle accessories can look far more luxurious than a head-to-toe designer ensemble. So, next time you're shopping, ask yourself, am I buying this because I love it or because I want others to see the brand? Trust me, when you choose pieces that genuinely resonate with your style, people will notice your confidence, not just your clothes. Remember, ladies, it's not about the label, it's about the look. Choose quality over quantity and opt for understated designs that stand the test of time. Your wallet and your image will thank you. All right, my tech-savvy sisters, let's chat about something that might be aging you faster than you realize, your gadgets. In this digital age, the devices we use say a lot about us. And trust me, if you're still rocking a flip phone or lugging around a laptop that weighs more than your gym bag, it might be time for an upgrade. Now, I'm not saying you need to rush out and buy the latest iPhone the second it drops, but think about it. When was the last time you updated your tech? If you can't remember, that might be a sign. Picture this scenario. You're in a meeting and everyone whips out sleek tablets or ultra-thin laptops. Then there's you, wrestling with a clunky old device that takes 5 minutes just to boot up. Suddenly, you're not just running an old operating system, you're running the risk of looking out of touch. But here's a tip that might surprise you. Sometimes it's not about having the newest tech, but the smartest tech. For instance, did you know that some refurbished models of last year's phones or laptops can offer nearly the same performance as the latest models, but at a fraction of the cost? It's a savvy way to stay current without breaking the bank. Here's another tip. Consider investing in tech accessories that elevate your existing devices. A sleek phone case, a stylish laptop sleeve, or even a modern smartwatch can make your tech ensemble look fresh and intentional. Remember, ladies, your technology is an extension of your personal brand. It's not just about function, it's about perception. When you invest in quality tech that aligns with your lifestyle and career goals, you're investing in yourself. So, take a moment to assess your tech situation. Are your devices helping you put your best foot forward, or are they holding you back? It might be time for a tech makeover that'll have you feeling like a boss babe in no time. Your signature scent can be a powerful part of your personal brand, but if you're not careful, it can also be a powerful repellent. We've all had that experience. You're in an elevator, and suddenly someone walks in wearing a perfume so strong, it makes your eyes water. Or maybe you've hugged a friend and found yourself enveloped in a cloud of fragrance that lingers long after they've gone. Not exactly the lasting impression we're aiming for, right? Now I get it. Perfume can be expensive, and it's tempting to go for those budget-friendly options. But here's the thing, when it comes to fragrance, less is often more. A subtle, high-quality scent can be far more alluring than a cheap, overpowering one. Sometimes the most sophisticated scent is barely there at all. In fact, in some professional settings, going fragrance-free is considered the most polished choice. But if you do love your fragrances, and who doesn't, here's an idea. Why not create your own signature scent? Mix a drop of essential oil with unscented lotion for a unique, subtle fragrance that won't overwhelm. Also, the way you apply perfume can be just as important as the perfume itself. Instead of spraying directly onto your skin, try spraying the fragrance in the air and walking through it. You'll get a lighter, more even application that won't knock people over when you enter a room. Remember, ladies, the goal of wearing a fragrance is to intrigue, not to announce your presence from 3 blocks away. Choose quality over quantity. Opt for subtle scents. And remember that your natural pheromones are often the sexiest scent of all. So next time you're getting ready, ask yourself, is my fragrance a whisper or a shout? With the right approach, you can leave a memorable impression without overwhelming the senses. Now that's what I call aromatic elegance. All right, fashion-forward friends, let's talk about something that can make or break your look faster than you can say wardrobe malfunction. I'm talking about ill-fitting or wrinkled clothing. You know, those pants that are just a tad too long, or that shirt that looks like it had a fight with your laundry basket and lost. Now I know what you're thinking, but I don't have time to iron everything, or tailoring is expensive. But here's the thing, nothing screams, I don't care about my appearance, louder than clothes that don't fit right, or look like they've been stored in a ball under your bed. Picture this, you're heading into an important meeting, you've got your game face on, you're feeling confident. But as you sit down, you notice your shirt gaping at the buttons, or your pants bunching awkwardly at the ankles. Suddenly, you're fidgeting and adjusting, instead of focusing on nailing that presentation. Not exactly the power move we're going for, right? But don't worry. Did you know that some of the most put-together people actually have a very limited wardrobe? It's true. By investing in a few key pieces that fit perfectly and go with everything, you can look polished without spending hours deciding what to wear. Now, let's talk tailoring. Finding a good tailor can be a game changer. Even inexpensive clothes can look high-end if they fit you perfectly. And the best part? Once you find a great tailor, you can buy clothes that are on sale, even if they're not quite the right size, and have them altered to fit you like a glove. Remember, ladies, the goal isn't to have a closet bursting with clothes. It's about having a wardrobe of pieces that make you feel like $1,000,000 every time you put them on. Choose quality over quantity, take care of your clothes, and don't be afraid to invest in alterations. So next time you're getting dressed, ask yourself, does this fit me or does it fight me? With a little attention to fit and care, you can elevate your look from frumpy to fabulous in no time. Now that's what I call dressing for success. Okay, savvy savers. Let's have a heart-to-heart about a topic that can make or break your social interactions faster than you can say discount. I'm talking about the delicate art of discussing money, or rather, when not to discuss it. Now don't get me wrong, paying attention to your finances, being savvy with your budget, that's wonderful. Setting aside money for the future, definitely a great idea. But constantly talking about money, or worse, being visibly stingy in social situations, that's where things can get a little, well, not so classy. Picture this scenario. You're out to dinner with friends. The bill comes, and suddenly you're breaking out the calculator app, meticulously dividing the check down to the last cent. Or maybe you're known for always choosing the cheapest item on the menu, regardless of what you actually want to eat. This might be a scenario you've encountered before. Here's the thing, while being financially responsible is admirable, constantly pinching pennies in public can make others uncomfortable and frankly, make you look cheap. But don't worry, I've got some tips to help you navigate this tricky terrain. First, here's a tip. Sometimes being generous, within reason of course, can actually save you money in the long run. How? By fostering goodwill and reciprocity in your relationships. When you're known as someone who's willing to treat a friend to coffee or pick up the tab occasionally, others are more likely to do the same for you. And here's another idea. If you're trying to save money, why not suggest alternative activities that don't revolve around spending? A potluck dinner party, a hike in nature, or a free local event can be just as fun as an expensive night out, and no one has to stress about the bill. Now let's talk about salary discussions. Unless you're in a job interview or talking to your financial advisor, it's generally best to keep your income private. Discussing salaries can create awkwardness and even resentment among friends or colleagues. Remember, ladies, the goal isn't to broadcast your financial status, whether you're rolling in dough or pinching pennies. It's about finding a balance between being financially responsible and socially gracious. So next time you're in a social situation involving money, ask yourself, is this the time and place to be crunching numbers? With a little tact and creativity, you can maintain your budget without compromising your relationships or your image. Now that's what I call smart money moves. All right, boss babes, let's talk about something small that can make a big impact, your business cards. You know, those little rectangles of paper that can either open doors or, well, end up in the trash faster than you can say networking. I can already hear some of you wondering, business cards? In this digital era, aren't they a thing of the past? Hold on to your smartphones, ladies, because I'm about to drop some truth. A well-designed, high-quality business card can still be a powerful tool in your professional arsenal. A clean, minimalist design on high-quality paper can look far more professional than a cluttered card on cheap stock. Now let's talk about a tech-savvy twist on the traditional business card. Have you heard of NFC business cards? These high-tech cards allow you to share your contact info with a simple tap on a smartphone. It's like having a digital and physical card in one. Talk about making an impression. But here's the most important thing to remember. Your business card is a reflection of your personal brand. It's often the first tangible representation of you and your business that a new contact will have. So ask yourself, does your card align with the image you want to project? Remember, ladies, the goal isn't to have the most expensive or flashy business card out there. It's about having a card that accurately represents you and your brand and makes people want to reach out. So next time you're ordering business cards, ask yourself, does this card make me proud to hand it out? With a little creativity and investment, your business card can be a powerful tool in your professional toolkit. Now, that's what I call making a lasting impression. Okay, time-crunched queens, let's have a real talk about punctuality and organization. You know that feeling when you're running late, fumbling through your bag for your keys, and trying to remember if you turned off the coffee pot? Yeah, not exactly the picture of sophistication we're going for. Now, I get it. We're all busy. Life happens. The reality is that being frequently late or disorganized not only squanders time, but can also give off an impression of being unprofessional. You might wonder how that happens. It conveys the impression that you don't respect others' time, or even worse, that you might not be able to invest in a good planner. Picture this. You're meeting a friend for lunch. You rush in 15 minutes late. Hair frazzled, mumbling apologies. Or maybe you're giving a presentation and you're shuffling through a mess of papers trying to find your notes. Not exactly projecting an image of success and competence, right? But don't worry, I have a few tricks up my sleeve to elevate your time management skills to the next level. Sometimes the key to being on time is actually aiming to be early. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but hear me out. If you aim to arrive 15 minutes early, even if something goes wrong, you'll still be on time. Now, let's talk about organization. You don't need to be a neat freak, but a little order goes a long way. Here's a game-changing tip. The touch it once rule. When you pick something up, be it a piece of mail, a document, or even your keys, deal with it right then and there. File it, respond to it, or put it where it belongs. No more piles of "I'll deal with this later." Remember, ladies, the goal isn't to become a robot with a perfectly scheduled life. It's about respecting yourself and others enough to be punctual and prepared. When you're on time and organized, you project an image of someone who's got their life together, and that's priceless. So next time you're tempted to hit that snooze button or leave your desk in chaos, ask yourself, what message am I sending about my value? With a little planning and some good habits, you can transform from frazzled to fabulous. Now that's what I call timely elegance. All right, my articulate allies, let's talk about something that can make or break your image faster than you can say, like, you know. I'm talking about the way we speak, our vocabulary, our grammar, and yes, even those filler words we all use when we're nervous. Now, I'm not saying you need to sound like you swallowed a dictionary, but let's be real. Using cheap or overly casual language can make you sound unprofessional. It's like wearing sweatpants to a job interview. Comfortable, sure, but not exactly putting your best foot forward. Picture this. You're in a meeting, pitching an amazing idea. But instead of sounding confident and articulate, you're peppering your speech with like, and you know. Or maybe you're at a networking event and you use slang or curse words without realizing how it might come across. But don't worry, I've got some strategies to help you elevate your language game. Here's a tip. Reading out loud can be a game changer. It helps you become more aware of your speech patterns and improves your vocabulary and fluency. Now let's talk about those pesky filler words. Instead of using filler words when you need a moment to think, try pausing silently. It might feel awkward at first, but it actually makes you sound more thoughtful and articulate. Remember, ladies, the goal isn't to sound like a walking thesaurus. It's about expressing yourself clearly and confidently. When you speak well, you command respect and attention, and that's anything but cheap. So next time you're about to speak, especially in a professional or formal setting, ask yourself, would I be comfortable with these words appearing in quotation marks next to my name? With a little awareness and practice, you can transform your speech from casual to commanding. Now that's what I call speaking with style. All right, my considerate companions, we've reached our final and perhaps most crucial point. This one's a doozy, so buckle up. We're talking about a habit that can tank your image faster than you can say, sorry, not sorry. That's right, we're diving into the murky waters of rudeness and inconsideration. Now, I know what you're thinking. Me? Rude? Never. But here's the thing. Sometimes we can come across as inconsiderate without even realizing it. And let me tell you, nothing screams cheap louder than a lack of basic manners and consideration for others. Picture this. You're out to dinner, and you're so engrossed in your phone that you barely acknowledge your server. Or maybe you're in a crowded space, talking so loudly on your phone that everyone around you can hear your conversation. Sound familiar? But don't worry, I've got some strategies to help you become the epitome of grace and consideration. Practicing mindfulness can actually make you more considerate. When you're fully present in the moment, you're more likely to notice and respond to the needs of those around you. Now let's talk about a subtle form of rudeness that's become all too common, the phubbing phenomenon. That's when you snub someone in favor of your phone. Here's another tip. When you're with others, try the phone stack game. Everyone puts their phones in a stack, and the first person to reach for their phone picks up the tab or does the dishes. It's a fun way to stay present and engaged. Remember, ladies, true class isn't about how much money you have or how fancy your clothes are. It's about how you treat others. When you're kind and considerate, you radiate an elegance that no designer label can match. So next time you're interacting with others, ask yourself, am I treating this person the way I'd want to be treated? With a little empathy and awareness, you can transform from potentially rude to undeniably refined. Now that's what I call priceless politeness. Well, ladies, we've come to the end of our journey through the land of accidental cheapness. Let's do a quick recap of our 10 habits to avoid: wearing overly flashy or fake designer items, using outdated tech, using overly fragrant perfumes, wearing ill-fitting or wrinkled clothing, talking about money or being overly frugal, using flimsy business cards, being late or disorganized, using cheap or overly casual language, being rude or inconsiderate. Now I want you to remember something important. This video isn't about judging anyone. It's about empowering you to put your best foot forward and present yourself in the best possible light. The truth is, looking expensive isn't about how much money you spend. It's about the care and attention you put into yourself and your interactions with others. It's about quality over quantity, mindfulness over mindlessness, and consideration over carelessness. So, pick one of these habits that resonates with you the most. Maybe it's something you've been wanting to work on, or perhaps it's an area where you know you could use a little improvement. Focus on that one habit for the next week. See how making a small change can have a big impact on how you feel about yourself and how others perceive you. Remember, true class and sophistication come from within. It's about carrying yourself with confidence, treating others with respect, and paying attention to the details. When you do these things, you'll naturally exude an air of elegance that no amount of money can buy. Before we wrap up, I want to hear from you. Which of these habits hit home for you? Do you have any other tips for avoiding the cheap look? Drop a comment below and let me know. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. We've got plenty more content coming your way to help you live your best, most fabulous life. Until next time, stay classy, stay fabulous, and remember, you're worth every bit of effort you put into yourself. Bye for now.